Welcome. I'm really glad you're here with us today. We're about to embark on a journey, but it's a bit different. It's a journey inward. In this explainer, we're exploring the profound spiritual lessons tucked inside chapter 8 of the Quran, known as Surah Al-Anfal. Whether you've studied this text for years or you're encountering it for the absolute first time, let's just step away from all the noise for a little while and dive into this beautiful text together. To start our journey, let's just center ourselves on this breathtaking verse. Imagine the soft, melodic rhythm of a traditional recitation washing over you. As it calms your mind, the English translation of verse 24 gently calls out, "Give your response to Allah and His Messenger when He calleth you to that which will give you life." Just take a second to let those words settle in. It's a direct invitation, right? An invitation to step into a deeper, much more meaningful state of existence.
Section 1. Context behind the verses.
Now, to really appreciate the incredible depth of these verses, we kind of need to know where they came from. Surah Al-Anfal was revealed in the aftermath of a massive historical event for the early Muslim community. We're talking about a small, vulnerable group of believers dealing with intense pre-conflict uncertainty, which led into an unprecedented encounter, what's often called the Day of Testing. But here is the fascinating part. The divine revelation that came down afterward, it shifts the focus entirely. It gently pulls the believers away from the dust and the high anxiety of external conflicts and guides them toward this internal state of profound peace.
You can even see this shift in the title of the chapter itself, Al-Anfal. Historically speaking, that word literally translated to the spoils of war. But the text instantly reframes that ancient concept. Instead of obsessing over the material gains from a conflict, it elevates the entire idea to a much broader theological level. Al-Anfal suddenly becomes about profound gifts or bounties from the divine. It's this timeless lesson in deep gratitude. It reminds us that, ultimately, every single good thing we have is a provision given to us from above.
Section 2. Traits of true believers.
Moving further inward, let's take a look at how verses 2 through 4 describe a true believer. 4. Believers are those who, when Allah is mentioned, feel a tremor in their hearts, and when they hear His signs rehearsed, find their faith strengthened, and put all their trust in their Lord. It paints such a peaceful, vivid image, doesn't it? A heart that is completely alive and just profoundly moved by the mere mention of the divine.
So what does that actually look like in practice? Let's break it down. That trembling heart signifies a deep, reverent awe. Then, we see a faith that actually grows stronger simply by paying attention to the divine signs in the world all around us. Next is an absolutely crucial traditional concept known as Tawakkul. This is when you place your ultimate trust in the divine and literally surrender your daily anxieties. And finally, this calm inward state naturally flows outward into action. It leads to establishing regular prayer to keep that connection alive and giving freely of your own sustenance to help others.
Section 3. Fostering unity and purpose.
As our individual hearts find that peace, the calm naturally ripples outward into the community. Verse 46 gives us a really stark contrast for how to build a community. On one hand, you have disputes and division. The text explicitly warns that if you fall into disputes, you will lose heart and your power will depart. I mean, it literally drains your spirit. But on the other hand, the alternative is obedience to the divine and unwavering patience. By actively practicing patience, a community gains divine support and true prosperity. It's that shared purpose that keeps us strong.
And this idea is summarized so beautifully in verse 63. And moreover, He hath put affection between their hearts. Not, if thou hadst spent all that is in the earth, couldst thou have produced that affection, but Allah hath done it. This tells us something absolutely vital. That true unity, that deep affection you feel for your friends, your family, your fellow human beings, it isn't just some human achievement. It is explicitly described here as a profound divine gift.
Section 4. Meditative prayer and reflection.
Okay, so how do we take these beautiful, timeless words and weave them into our actual busy lives? Well, here is a really simple, practical approach you can use for your daily prayer or quiet time. Step 1. Center yourself. Take a deep breath, clear out all the noise of your day, and just focus your intentions. Step 2. Read or recite these verses with deep, deliberate focus. Let that calm imagery wash right over you. And step 3. Sit with those concepts. Reflect quietly on what tawakkul, that ultimate trust, looks like for you today, and think about how you can bring a little more unity to the people around you.
Section 5. Modern daily integration. Because at the end of the day, these teachings aren't meant to just stay on the page, right? They are meant to be lived. So here is what you can take away from this explainer right now to maintain a peaceful state of mind. Cultivate gratitude. Try to see your daily sustenance as a beautiful, divine bounty. Practice patience when modern conflicts pop up, whether that's a frustrating commute or dealing with the global news cycle. Give freely, whether it's your time or your skills. Make a conscious effort to avoid petty disputes at work or at home, remembering that division causes us to lose heart. And finally, be highly intentional about building affection in your own community.
As we bring this explainer to a close, I want to circle back to a tiny but incredibly intimate snippet from verse 24. Know that a law cometh in between a man and his heart. This is arguably one of the most profound statements in the entire chapter. It reminds us just how intimately and closely the divine is connected to our internal emotional state. You are never truly alone with your anxieties or your fears. There is always a presence that is closer to you than your very own heart.
Which brings us to our final thought and a question I'd really love to leave you with today. Based on everything we've explored, from the sheer power of ultimate trust to letting go of our petty divisions and embracing these divine gifts, what is standing between you and a peaceful heart today? Take some time to reflect on that. I really hope this journey through Surah Al-Anfal has brought you a sense of clarity and calm. Keep learning, keep reflecting, and take care.